Damn it. Well, I am blindsided, but not sent out. I am disappointed because I thought that I could trust Sean and Zach, and I clearly could not. And right now I'm a little bit scrambling because this has messed up my entire plan. I'm more frustrated with Sean than anyone because keeping Claire on for me didn't hurt Sean at all. I wanted to go to the final 3 with Claire and Sean. I thought that I had a good chance of beating Sean and a fair chance of beating Claire. But I'm not sure who's in my final 3 now. Honestly, I think this only does better for my odds, but I just have to make it there, and that is hard.
There was like absolute chaos because Ben woke up this morning and apparently decided that he wanted to play Survivor today. For the first time in the game. He was texting me, calling me all day with plans, vote breakdowns, speculation. What if Sean flips? What if Zach flips? What if this? What if that? Where's Vital? And I was like, Ben, what is happening? I mean, welcome to Survivor, but like, who are you right now? Did you just decide to start playing today? So I had to handle that all day because he did not believe that Sean would vote with us. And as you might have seen, in the end, Ben flipped his vote to Claire so that it was a 4-2 instead of a 3-3 because he wanted Claire out more than Sammy, and the intended vote was Sammy.
That was, I think, the most tense tribal we've had yet, and it was fire. There was a lot of things said, emotions were flying. It was admittedly some really good drama. I think some of it was probably coming from a real place, but a not insignificant amount of it was for show, so that Claire and Sammy wouldn't get wise to the fact that Zach and I had no plans of being a tight 4 with them. And it worked. Kind of. Ben changed his vote and guaranteed that Claire was the one who went home.
We had an alliance of me, Shannon, and Krista ready to go vote on Sean after we had convinced him that we were going to take out Sammy or Claire. I had also locked up Rob's vote for the first time and put some kind of harness on his chaotic energy. So it was going to be an easy 4 votes with the possibility that we get Zach at the last minute, give him no chance to think about it, and force him to vote with us. 2 hours before the vote, Shannon gets cold feet, bails on the whole plan, and we went into it with the plan to be 3 votes each on Sammy and Claire. Now I've played, a pretty low-key game so far, so I was looking to do something surprising. They allowed me to pick how the votes would line up, and I had it split Rob, Sean, Zach on Claire, the other 3 of us on Sammy. Pretty much an even vote to me, but I have respected Claire's game, and I had already been on the side of a vote that got her out of the game once already, so I just foresaw that it'd be easier for me to work with Sammy rather than Claire. At the last minute, right as the votes were being taken, I swapped my vote from Sammy to Claire, and that took her out of the game.
So apparently Ben's playing Survivor now, which is not an element I expected to have to deal with. But I guess now I've got to work on that and get that under control.
Ben, I think, has been a sleeping giant this whole game, and this past tribal, in the time leading up to it, he's starting to wake up.
All right, once again, individual immunity is back up for grabs. Today, we will be stacking pennies one at a time on the case of your phone. Now here is the twist. You need to be standing, kneeling, you just can't be sitting. You will take your palm, very similar to what we did with the can challenge. You will place your phone squarely in your hand and just tuck it in to your hip. And then, one at a time, you will stack a penny on the screen of your phone. Every time I say place a coin, you will take a penny and place it on your screen. Whenever I tell you to add a coin, you'll slowly add it to that stack. If your pennies drop or your phone drops, out challenge, so make sure you're in a place where your phone dropping isn't gonna be catastrophic. And then over time, I'm gonna ask you at a certain, like a set amount, to slowly extend it outward once we've reached a height of pennies that I think you can't top. And then it'll be an endurance challenge to see who can hold it the longest. We will be starting with 5 pennies. Once you get 5 pennies on your base, it's just simple. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from there, I will tell you to place them one at a time. So, survivors ready? Place your 5 penny challenges.
My base is already so bad.
Is everyone good? All right.
Okay.
Add a penny. Everyone's stacks looking good. Rob, I really cannot see anything on your phone. Is there any way, like, no, can't adjust it? Okay. Add a penny. Don't care about anyone else. Stack your next coin.
Oh my god.
Everyone's looking good. Place your next coin. If your stack is unstable, nothing you can do about it. You just gotta keep stacking. Place a coin. Everyone's looking pretty solid. All right, everyone, stack your next coin. Stack your next coin. Place your next coin. Place your next coin. Does the jury or anyone in the game remember what coin we're at? I have forgotten.
I think this was the last one.
No, got a few more. Jury, anyone remember? I'm bad at keeping track. All right, place your next coin. Shannon is the first one out. Shannon has no shot at individual immunity. We are down to 5. Everyone, place your next coin.
Ooh.
I gotta say, Krista,
It appears to have been 23.
that means we are at 24 coins. And we
You guys took off.
Oh, Sammy, the second one out. Well after the coin placement. Final 4 for the shot at individual immunity. Who wants it most? Everyone, place your next coin. All right,
That's it.
place your next coin. Zach could not maintain it. Zach is out at individual immunity. I think Rob and Ben placed their coins.
Yep.
All right. All right. We will not be placing another coin. We will not be stretching out yet. Instead, I want to see everyone flat palm. If you can show me on frame that your palm is flat underneath it, nothing cupping, then you are good. Ben, you are good. Krista, you are good. If you could just rotate so your thumb is underneath the phone.
Yeah, I just feel like I have a different challenge than everybody else.
The phone is in.
Fucking.
We are down to 2. Ben and Krista. Krista looking to get back-to-back individual immunity. Ben looking for his first shot. Place your coin. It looks like these two will not be beaten by coin stacking alone. We are now going to enter a showdown. I need both of you to extend your arm all the way out so I can see it like this.
Ah!
Oh shit.
Krista, did yours drop?
No.
Krista, individual immunity is safe at the next tribal council. That's 2 in a row. Ben, that was a great job. So congratulations to Krista. Guaranteed spot in the final 6 as a 1 in 6 shot at $100. Everyone else, got nothing for you. Head back to camp.
So, my 3-step plan to getting to the final 4 is coming together. Step 1, blow up Zach's game by telling everybody that he has an idol. Check. Step 2, win the immunity challenge. Check. Step 3, vote off Claire. Check. What's the next step, you ask? Getting out Sean.
I know that Zach has an idol. I know that Shannon has an idol. No one knows that I have an idol. And that is the best thing that I have going for me right now, because I can use that to really shake this game up in a way that I feel like the game needs to turn.
The pursuit of this YouTube idol has been the absolute pain of my existence. Whoever has this YouTube idol is doing a fantastic job of hiding it. I have asked for receipts, I have asked for proof, I have gotten screenshots from every player. Obviously one of them is photoshopped. And you know, whoever has this idol, if they're in the final 3, regardless of the game they played, they're getting my vote, because they are, again, doing a fantastic job of lying. Like, I think it's either between Rob or Sean that has it, but they've both proved to me that they don't.
When Claire went home and no new idols came into play, people, I guess, started running a process of elimination in their heads. And Krista is wise to my idol. Really annoying. Krista seems very adamant that I have the idol, and she has figured it out by process of elimination, in her words. And when I sent her a receipt that I threw together in Photoshop to kind of feign innocence, she still didn't buy it. I sent it to Zach as well because I figured there was no way she wouldn't share it with him. He seemed like he bought it, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that the two of them are talking, and I think it's safer to assume that my secret idol is probably not so secret anymore.
Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's episode of Survivor Quarantine Island Season 2's Worst Liars. Today, we will be featuring our very own Sean Dolan. What's the topic, you might ask? The YouTube idol. Let's get into it, shall we? We know that Claire did not have an idol when she was voted out because one was not planted at our camp this morning. So that leaves Sean, Sammy, and Rob with the potential to have the YouTube idol. Sammy showed us a video walkthrough of her messages with Jeff. It was very legit, nothing was deleted, so she definitely doesn't have it. Rob 100% already would have played his idol because he knew he was toast last time, so he doesn't have it. So I messaged Sean and I'm like, look, I know you have the idol, I know you're lying, so just tell me you have it. And he comes back with like this photoshopped piece of shit that's like screenshotted from July 3rd
And so I'm like, okay, like thanks, but can you send me a current screenshot so I can compare the two? And I was like, you have 5 minutes to do it or else I know that you're photoshopping. And it's been like 30 minutes and he has not sent me anything, but is online. So I know that he is typing his little fingers away and clicking away and photoshopping this new image. So I don't understand why he won't just tell us.
So now I have a choice to make. I have to figure out if I just go ahead and tell everybody that I have it, because that seems to be Krista's thing to do now. That's her favorite thing, is to just tell everybody about everything. Or do I admit to Krista and Zach that I have it, but I still keep that information from people like Rob, Sammy, even Shannon if I can help it? I just don't know.
I'm paddling into the eye of a hurricane. Hurricane Shannon. Now she's been blowing a lot of hot air all season, thinking that she's dictating this game. I'm sure you've seen her confessionals, giving the play-by-play of every vote, and sure enough, it goes Shannon's way. Well, not tonight. Tonight's the night we're gonna flip the script, and she's gonna be caught off guard. Because I'll tell you something, I'm a storm chaser, and I'm about to bring it to Shannon. She's not gonna see this coming, because she might be a hurricane, but baby, I'm a tornado.
Zach and I have concocted an insane plan. I have no idea if it's gonna work, but we are going for it. We're not playing the idols tonight, neither one of us, but we are both telling everyone that we are both playing idols tonight. I'm hoping that either people believe me or it puts enough doubt in their mind that we might actually do it and that it would be safer to just put the votes on somebody else at this point. The hardest part about this is, in order to pull it off, I have to act extremely confident that I'm not going home tonight, which means that I can't call anyone and ask what's going on. I can't text anyone and ask what's going on. I cannot scramble at all. If anyone calls or texts me, I'm sticking to this story of, listen, last week, Ben and Krista wanted to pull a blindside on Sean. I wouldn't do it, and now they're mad at me because they think I'm controlling them. They've told me to vote for Sammy. I told them I would do it, and that I'm playing the idol. And that's what I'm doing tonight. And I'm just gonna relax today because I know that I'm not going home. And I'm hoping that me remaining calm and not calling anyone or asking anyone any questions will make them believe me, because trust me, these people have seen me scramble. They know what it looks like, and it's not this. So I've got to just sit here patiently twiddling my thumbs, hoping that people are believing this. And I'll tell you one thing, we're either seeing 3 idols at Tribal or we're seeing none. I think it might be none. And Zach and I, if one of us goes home because of this, we kind of feel like, you know, at least we tried to do something, because we're just gonna go next anyway. So
I have to figure out who has this third idol. I know Shannon and I have 2 of the 3. It's Rob or Sean. I just need to tell Sean, look, we're all playing our idols here. If you have it, I'm not gonna be mad. You just have to tell me, because we need to get Rob out here. If he has no protection, it's a straight shot. We're good. I'm gonna tell him that Krista and Ben are working with him, and if we take out Rob, we get them.
Here's some real life footage of me reading through Zach and Shannon's strategy talk. Ready?
So my plan for going forward is pretty up in the air. I really honestly didn't think I'd make it this far in the game, and now that I have, I'm feeling like I might actually be able to make the final 3, and despite what Jeff says, there's enough time left to make a couple big moves. There are also people who have gotten very complacent about how I play the game and are convinced that I'm not a threat, I'm not going to turn on anybody that I've been with all along. And that's a really, really dangerous assumption. If you've been working with me up until now and you think that I'm just an easy out, it's gonna be a little tougher than that, because I may have made some new relationships with surprising people, and I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to see where it goes, but nobody's got my vote.
When I was thinking about, the season, and I realized that Final 9 would be the time where I had to make a big move if I wanted to make it to the end, I was like, okay, the Final 8 vote will be very important, but if that goes according to plan, if we get Final 7, if I'm in it with my people, we're set, we're locked. I did not take into account the fact that everyone in this game is a lunatic. Everyone has gone absolutely insane. I don't know what's going on. Ben is playing now. I don't know if he was gonna do this the whole time, if this was a strategy, but from 15 to 8, Ben is like, Survivor. 7 onward, he is just like, let's go! Like, I want to play, I want to get everyone out, I want to win, which is ridiculous because Ben loses to everyone. All the other 6 people, Ben loses to right now. So the idea that he's like playing aggressively now is literally just him being random and sporadic and just inadvertently picking a different winner than one he might be aligned with.
Everyone's going insane. Everyone left in the game is going insane. I thought things were going great because I was working under the assumption that I was working with rational people, but apparently that's not true. So had to change course a little bit today, and if everyone else is gonna cause a bunch of chaos, then so will I. So I pretty much told everyone that I have an idol. A lot of them already knew because Krista decided to leak that information for no apparent reason. Not sure what she gained by that. All she did was piss off her closest ally, broke my trust with her. So hope it was worth it. Hope you gained some allies out of that because you certainly have lost my vote, Final Tribal, but we'll see. So yeah, I told everyone that I have it, and I told everyone I'm playing it tomorrow night. So I said, I'm playing my idol, Zach's playing his idol, pretty sure Sean has the 3rd one, and he'll probably get spooked into playing his idol, so you guys better vote for somebody else because there's gonna be 4 people immune at this tribal council. Good luck.
And then Krista, I don't know what's going on with her. I think she's trying to organize some sort of Ben-Rob group. She blew up my game, which she said was because I voted out Phil, right? It was like retribution, I get that. But she also blew up Shannon's game. So that doesn't make any sense. And Krista is no longer singing the tune of, I would like to make it to 5, and then I'm gonna bow out respectfully because I don't wanna go to the jury. Now she's like, well, why would I prop up Shannon when Shannon would win and I would not win? And I'm just like, you wanna win? Didn't know. So now I'm having to play some more options, which sucks.
I love being bullied by my sister. No, but seriously, being in a group message with Shannon and Zach is like being with people who are so paranoid that they're gonna be like actually murdered in real life. Like, they both have idols and they're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, they're coming for me, I'm so stressed, I'm gonna die, I'm so stressed. Krista, what are you telling people? What are you doing? Can we trust you? You're playing a real honest game, aren't you? Real honest game. And I'm just over here like, I can talk to whoever I want, tell whoever I want, whatever I want. I can be honest, I can lie. That's Survivor, sweetie. So, you know what? I will not be bullied into playing the Shannon Smith game because I'm done with that and I'm trying to work with other people now because my position in a final 3 with Zach and Shannon is second to none. So with that, I am trying to work with Ben, but he is single-handedly messing up all of our plans. I can't work with any of these people. They're all classified idiots. Ben is like telling my sister that I told him that she had an idol, which is true, but like if we're trying to pull a big move, you don't tell the person that we're planning a move against that kind of information. Like, how dumb are you? So that's what's going on today. Great cast we've got.
Krista's a leaky faucet, but it comes with its advantages. You gotta know, okay, who can be my megaphone to the masses? When you've got a message that you want people to hear, but you don't necessarily want it to come from you, little advice, tell Krista, and she will make it a whole production. She's got screenshots, voice recordings. She's doing fake calls where she'll have you talking and have somebody else on an iPad listening in on mute. Krista, we all know you're doing it. Who are you fooling? And good old Krista, I'm the most honest person in the game. Well, doesn't matter if you can't keep your mouth shut, Krista. But let me tell you something. I've been feeding you lines that I want Shannon to hear. Because I know as soon as I tell you something, you're going right back to her. It's all too easy, Krista. You're the person who's going to help me take down Shannon Smith tonight. And I'll tell you what, I appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Sammy and Sean now.
Everyone is so full of shit. Everyone is playing very hard to get with strategy and who they want to actually go for. It seems like there might be some kind of crack forming in the Shannon, Krista, Ben, Zach alliance, and I don't think I'm going to get straight answers from anybody, including Zach, for the rest of the game. Certainly for the rest of this vote, because I think any semblance of an alliance that we thought might have existed between any two people is shaky at best or non-existent at worst. I think this vote is going to be wide open. But complicating matters is idols. Idols, idols, idols. Just idols everywhere. Apparently, there are 3, possibly 4 idols in play right now, which is almost an idol for half of the people left in the game. It's a lot of idols at this point. And what are people going to do with those idols? Well, that's the big question. Shannon has one, Zach has one, and Zach seems to be of the opinion that he should play his no matter what. Shannon is of the opinion that she will play hers if Zach plays his. So she's probably going to play hers too. Krista's immune, which means that there's 4 people, me, Sammy, Rob, and Ben, who are the most exposed to this vote, in theory. It seems as though people are starting to catch on that I probably have the idol. My strategy thus far has been to just deny it over and over and over again. Krista is especially onto my bullshit because she doesn't buy the screenshot that I sent her, which, should I have sent her a screenshot? No, but she was probably gonna ask for one anyway, and she wouldn't have been satisfied with it regardless. But anyway, she is the most wise to the fact that I probably have it. So I keep hearing whispers that my name is on the chopping block, which could be true. Or I'm also part of the we have to flush their idols group. I don't know if I really want to leave that up to chance, but I know that Zach and Shannon know that everyone else knows about their idols. So they're probably thinking, play it, because everyone knows you have it anyway. My thinking is, if I can plant even just a little bit of doubt, just a little bit, that I don't have the idol, and they have to account for someone else having it, that gives me wiggle room. Not telling anybody that I have this idol is the best thing that I could have done because it makes me more maneuverable now.
I think Shannon's acting really arrogant right now. If she really thinks that like she can just get away with not playing her idol this round, and you know, making it through without having to play her idol. It's a worst case scenario if that's what happens, besides, you know, me going home.
Sammy's floating on an island. She, you know, I love Sammy, but if she gets to the end, she wins, and she's gonna have to go at some point. I tried to pitch to her, like, that I have her best interest, and she was like, okay, walk me through how we get to the end. And I was like, whew, gotta do some improv here because I've never actually considered taking you anywhere, but we'll see. We'll see how all this pans out. This is just kind of a disaster right now.
Whose plan am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with voting Rob out by talking to Zach. Don't really love that idea. I mean, Zach also doesn't need me to vote out Rob. He has the numbers. If you can believe him talking to Shannon and Krista and Ben.
I truly don't know what the hell is going on. I am flustered beyond all reason.
Everything is a huge mess. I just was on the phone with Rob and Sean for like an hour. And I really don't know how this is gonna work out. It's like, while I'm on the phone with them, Zach calls me and he's like, don't throw away your vote on Shannon because you will go home because we're all gonna put our votes on Rob, and we think if he plays his idol, then it'll go to a revote and you'll go home. And so that's kind of scary. I don't know if Rob has an idol. It's basically like I am making a decision blind, like walking blind in the woods and trying to decide which path I want to go down because I have no idea what's happening. I don't even know. I still don't really know who I'm going to vote for tonight.
The thing to think about is whether or not I am actually going to play this idol. Could be very, very risky and potentially very stupid not to play it. Or it could save my life in this game, because if I play it now, survive this vote, no problems, all the idols are out of the game, hopefully. New idol search happens. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't. Immunity challenge, maybe I get it, maybe I don't. But let's say I don't. Let's say I have nothing. They're probably coming for Zach first, but what if he wins immunity? Guess who they're coming for? Me, and then I'm done. So it would be nice to still have it, but I'm not sure if that is an option at this time. I'm a little worried that somebody's gonna throw a rogue vote on me to make sure that I play it.
all day, the plan apparently between Zach, Sammy, and Krista, and Ben was to vote for Sammy. Okay. Then, out of nowhere, Zach, Krista, Shannon decide we're all gonna vote for Rob. Okay. Okay, fine. This whole time, I have been scheming with Sammy and Rob because if I'm reading the room correctly, there is a tight group of 4 that has no intention of taking any of the 3 of us much farther in the game. And if we're going to give ourselves a chance to advance, then this is the only way to do it. Zach called Sammy to tell her that the vote was Rob. Shannon called me to tell me that the vote was Rob. Little did either of them know the 3 of us were on a call talking about how to handle this. So Rob heard the entire conversation between Sammy and Zach, and I guess just spilled the beans to Shannon that he knows that he's the target. This is the problem with playing with Rob. This is the problem with playing with Rob. You can't count on him to be discreet about anything. And the worst part of it is that all of that stuff about needing to vote with Sammy and Rob to give myself a chance to actually make it to Final Four is still true. I still have to count on this guy for this vote, and he just blew up the one possible chance we had to maybe pull off a vote on Shannon without her playing her idol. No way she doesn't play it now, which means no way Zach doesn't play his. This tribal is going to be insane, and I truly don't know what to do with any of these people anymore. Like, I can't say I really want to play my idol tonight. But I feel like I kind of have to at this point. What the hell's going on? What the hell is going on? I don't know.
We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Becca, Drew, Brian, Karen, Emily, Connor, Phil, and Claire voted out at last tribal council. So Sammy, last tribal, I let sort of everyone who I thought was blindsided get a chance to explain what they thought happened. So I think I'm gonna do the same with you because you seemed pretty confident in your 4-person non-alliance, but then one member left, Claire. So what was your perception of how last tribal went?
You're right, I was pretty confident. I was really disappointed with how the vote turned out. Anyone who knows me knows that the thing that pisses me off more than anything is when people lie to me and make me look stupid. And that is not something I take very lightly. I think that the people who, because now I'm like looking around at who's still in this and I can see like 3 or 4 people who have made me look stupid in front of everyone else. And that pisses me off and I'm not going to forget it.
Zach, what was your sort of reaction to that foursome dissolving almost as quickly as it formed? Did it dissolve?
It did not dissolve. I think that with 7 people left in the game, relationships are way too chaotic and plans are exploding and, flickering out as quickly as they're being created way too fast to be throwing away any relationship. I think as angry as people might be with other people, I think everyone is looking at everyone as a potential ally to get them further in the game.
Shannon, were you at all surprised with last tribal outcome? 4 votes on Claire. Was she just getting too dangerous to keep her in the game, and that's why 4 votes were dedicated to her?
I'll go ahead and say I'm one of the people that Sammy is upset with. And I did go to them and say that I would vote for Rob. And I told her and Claire a bunch of stuff that he had said about them, which I do want to clarify was all 100% true.
Like what, Shannon?
Like that you think that Claire didn't deserve to be here because she came back from the edge of extinction, and that's the worst
That is
choice
true.
in survivor history. And
Yep,
that
I do
you
agree with that.
think that Sammy is eating out of the palm of your hands and that you're controlling everything she does.
I did not say that. Let me say this. Everybody knows, I started at the beginning, if you've been watching the season, I'm not here for money. I'm not here for the money. I was here looking for love. And I found it on that second beach when I joined the Mogo tribe. I'll never forget it. Our first conversation. And I didn't say that she's eating out of the palm of my hand. I said that we've got a great working relationship. And this is someone that I feel like I can go deep into this game with, and that we are in lockstep. I feel like we work very well together. And I stand by that. Look, I'll put my heart on the table here. I'm not afraid. My heart's been broken before, but you have to put yourself out there in order to get anything real. So that's where I stand with that.
Rob, I'll just like get to the point of what I want to get out of you at this tribal council. It seems like every time you come, there's some sort of theatrical moment where you get to stand on a soapbox, say what you want, people laugh. But are you beginning to see that the votes still aren't going your way? Does that worry you at all that these moments are just smokescreens for other people's plans?
Well, I would say the votes are going my way because I'm still here and other people aren't.
But are you doing enough to guarantee that you make it to the end? Are you playing to win?
Am I playing to win? Absolutely. That's why I'm still here.
Okay, fair enough. Back to the other person in the foursome who did not vote the way they were, I guess, supposed to, Sean. Are you at all worried about being seen as maybe a flip-flopper to the jury? Because some jurors may value that sort of strategic acumen. Others may value honesty. How do you sort of balance that clashing of perceptions from the jury?
Yeah, sure. So I think that's a fair criticism, but I think it reflects the reality of my situation in this game, which is that no one for the longest time was able to give me any kind of solid assurances that I was in their long-term plans. And I've been open about this with everyone in the game that I'm talking to. And that's that I don't really care how I get to the end. I just want to get to the end. And if that means having to twist votes to my advantage to keep the attention off of me, then fine. Like, I'll do that. Like, I am playing to win this game, and I am doing it in the only way that I see that I can possibly do it.
Ben, last tribal council, I gave you a little bit of a hard time about the ticking clock of when moves need to be made. Do you think you've maybe changed your game at all, or do you have anything that you might want to just say to the jury? I'm giving you a moment to just stake a claim in a move you've made or something you can take credit for.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you. I think one of the things that really kind of like confounds some of the aspects of the game is that there is a lot of discussion and a lot of conversation going on behind the scenes. And, I think to a certain extent, some of the game is about moves that weren't made, maintaining a relationship, building trust, kind of sticking around for as long as that's useful. And then from there, there's not a lot of time left, and there's definitely some space for a move to be made. But at the same time, it's all about getting people to go with you and join you on big votes. And, I think that's a thing that everybody kind of struggles with. And my hat's off to Zach and Sean for pulling off and pulling together a group they could count on, and then switching back to, another group they could count on. Because that's hard. I mean, I'll be honest, there's been some discussion about moves being made, and they just didn't come off. So, I hope that at some point I have something more flashy to show the jury, but for now it's really about sort of keeping my head down and staying with it.
Zach, let's talk about that move and then the ability to go back and join the majority. You seem to take a verbal beatdown at Last Tribal. Lots of dirty laundry aired, claims of idols that you might have. Really just taken behind the woodshed. Was that all for show, just to make other people feel comfortable, or do you genuinely feel like you're in hot water in this game?
No, I'm in hot water. Krista, for one, I assume more people are doing this, but Krista, at least, after Tribal, despite the beating I got, and despite the fact that we did vote together, continued to destroy my game by telling every single person in this game that if I'm sitting at the end, I'll win, that I'm, running the game, that I have the best resume, whatever. So I'll just go ahead and jump to the conclusion. I brought my beautiful idol, which, shout out to production, because the idea that it's Clorox in a quarantine survivor is just so smart that production would do that. But yeah, no, if I don't play that tonight, I'm going home.
Krista, now to the point that I think you have a lot of thoughts on. Let's talk idols.
So the jury knows there is this YouTube idol, and I have made so many confessionals about this, and I'm a sleuth at heart. Finding out where this idol is has been the absolute pain of my existence. I have asked for screenshots. I've received video walkthroughs of conversations with Jeff. I've been doing all my sleuthing, and I still don't know who has it. So I said today in the Discord, whoever has this hidden YouTube idol gets my vote in the final 3, assuming I'm on the jury, which I'm planning to be. It doesn't matter the game they played. I will be voting for this person because, jury, you do not understand how well this person is hiding. Like, we all talk to each other, except some of us don't talk. But for the most part, we all talk to each other. And, legitimately, no one knows where this idol is. And in a group this small, that's hard to do. So my hat's off to whoever it is.
Rob, going off that, it seemed like everyone lost their mind yesterday, maybe took a page out of your book. Just so the jury knows, every single person besides Ben and Sean claimed that they had an idol and were playing it tonight. Does that worry you that if you're not the main maker of chaos, that you become a little irrelevant in the game?
So I think it just shows how relevant my gameplay is. I think it shows I'm a strategic genius, and people want to emulate that.
For sure. We already had Zach pull out his idol here at Tribal Council. Shannon, you were another person who claimed to have an idol. We're playing it tonight.
Yeah.
What do you attribute this sort of mass insanity to? Is it just the length of time you've been playing this game? We're coming up on almost a full month. Or is it just this specific vote that's causing the insanity? And once that's done, back to normal?
Oh, no, I think everyone's going insane permanently for the rest of the game. No doubt about it. It's been mass chaos for the past couple of days. Don't think anyone trusts anyone anymore, really. To the idol point, I did tell everyone I have an idol because I do have one. I don't think that's shocking news to anyone. Most people had either figured it out by now or was told about it by Krista. Thank you very much, Krista, for that. So to the people she did not tell behind my back, I just went ahead and told them, let everyone know. And I earlier today was not going to play it. And after the last 2 hours, I better believe I'm playing it. I do not know what's about to happen.
This question's for Ben or Sean, whichever one of you. I'm just curious. You see everyone saying they're going to play an idol. You see everyone jumping off a bridge. Why don't you two take the plunge? Why don't you just go along with the flow and say, I have an idol too?
It's because I genuinely don't have an idol. I am somewhat confused as to which idol we're talking about. I know where 2 of them are now, and I don't see how it improves my game at all to really make everybody think I have one.
Sean, do you have similar feelings to Ben about why you didn't chirp in with an idol of your own, or what was behind that?
Yeah, that's just not my game, and it never has been. And if I don't have an idol to brag about, I'm not going to brag about an idol. So that is the kind of game that I play that I lose. So that's where that is for me. I don't feel like I have to chime into that to I'm clearly not getting any like semblance of belief from Krista here on this, and that's fine. I don't have it, and I hope that me not having it doesn't send me home on this vote, but I don't know what else to say about it. I'm not going to just jump into the fray on, oh yeah, like I have an idol too. Like it's just never how I've done this, and I'm not going to start now.
Krista, you seem visibly upset at this answer.
Listen, I've talked to Sean maybe for a total of an hour and a half about, I grilled him. I was like, do you have the idol? Show me proof. Show me your receipts, because I've gotten receipts from everybody else. And he's like, all right, hold on a second. And then like 10 minutes later sends me this screenshot that's like, it could have been photoshopped. Like the screenshot was from the day that
anyone's things could have been photoshopped, Krista. Why are you coming at me for this? Come on now.
Sammy's wasn't. Sammy's was a video recording.
I would like to point out I never sent Krista that video.
No, she didn't. Me and Sammy don't talk. She did not send me the
Krista's
video.
never messaged me. Krista's never reached out to me. I did not send Krista that video, and I'm actually a little upset that she has it.
Yes, I have seen the video.
I think everyone's seen the video.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen it.
Which I think is
show
a
of
good
hands.
point.
What? First off, I'm assuming this is a screen recording of a conversation. Who has seen the video? I haven't.
Rob's seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Rob has seen it. I sent it to him.
Seen it.
I didn't watch it. I refuse to watch it.
He watched it.
I haven't. I legitimately haven't watched it. Don't care to. I don't care. You know, you want to see some idols? Let's whip them out. Let's vote and whip them out. Let's go. I'm ready to vote.
Fine. Raise your hand if you have an idol and you're playing it tonight. All right. So we had 4 people. Sammy, you said you had one in the Discord.
No, yeah, and everyone knows that I don't have it because I sent Zach a video of me not having it, and then he turned around and sent that video to everyone else.
I would like to respond to that. So the only reason that I sent that video out was because everyone thought that Sammy did have it and they were going to vote her out to flush the idol. So I, in an attempt to save Sammy, gave everyone the video.
You could have told me that. If it was really in my best interest, you would have told me.
It was in your best interest.
Sammy, do you feel like the chaos going on right now is a net positive or a net negative for you making it through this tribal council?
For me making it through this tribal council, I don't even know. I could not tell you anything about anything anymore. I have no idea. Everyone who I've played with is so capable of lies and deceit. It is insane. The only people who I've talked to in this game are people who have lied to me.
And with that, we will get to the votes. Krista, you have individual immunity. I wouldn't ask this if there was no chaos, but because there's so much, I will ask, do you want to give your individual immunity up to anyone?
No.
Okay. Krista has individual immunity. You cannot vote for Krista. Everyone else is fair game. Rob, you're up. I'll tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol.
Tucker, actually, you know what? I'm going to need this next week. I'm good.
Okay. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, I'm going to play mine.
All right. Zach is playing a hidden immunity idol. The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, the votes cast against that person will not count, and the person with the next highest number of votes will be sent home. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Zach will not count.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll play it.
Same rules apply. This is another hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Shannon will not count. All right, I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately by turning off their audio and video.
Hey, Tucker.
Yeah?
Let's whip out that YouTube idol, yeah?
Sean is playing a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Sean, Shannon, or Zach will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote. Sean, does not count. Second vote. Shannon, does not count.
Oh my god.
Third vote. Shannon, does not count. 3 votes, none of them have counted. Shannon, does not count. We have no votes, 3 votes remaining. Next vote, Rob. That's 1 vote, Rob. Rob. 9th person voted out of Survivor Quarantine All-Stars and the 9th member of our jury. Rob, it's 3, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Rob, the tribe is spoken.
All right. See you guys.
That was certainly the most chaotic tribal council I have ever been a part of. Hopefully, with that vote, you have brought a little sanity back to your tribe. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Good night.
Folks, if you're watching this confessional, my plan failed. I'm out. I'm a loser, and clearly not as clever as I thought I was. I had a good run. We had some shenanigans. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you next time on Survivor.